Hello. In this question, we will look at the process of dividing the given total according to the specified ratio. The question states the following. Sarah is studying math and science subjects within a month. In essence, the study ratio for math and science subjects is essentially expressed as 3/4. What does this ratio indicate? It indicates that the proportion of math to science is 3:4. For every 3 hours she studies math, she studies 4 hours of science. In return, if she studies a total of 35 hours this month, the question is how many hours she has dedicated to math and how many to science. First, we can follow a path like this. If the ratio we have is 3 hours of math for 4 hours of science, she has actually studied 3 hours of math plus 4 hours of science, totaling 7 hours of study. If we expand this ratio by multiplying it by 2, we will get the following result. If 6 hours of math is studied, then 8 hours of science study is required in return. So, in total, it would be 14 hours of study due to 8 plus 6. If we continue, if we expand the given ratio of 3/4 by 3, then 9 hours of math corresponds to 12 hours of science. So, a total of 21 hours has been studied. Our goal is to reach 35 hours. Let's continue this way. If we take 4 times 3, when studying 12 hours of math, then 4 times 4 means 16 hours of science should be studied. This gives us a total of 28 hours. I continue. If 3 times 5, meaning 15 hours, of math is studied, then 4 times 5, meaning 20 hours, of science would be studied. In total, she would have studied 35 hours. Isn't this what we are looking for? For 35 hours of study, she has actually allocated 15 hours to math and 20 hours to science. We have found the answers we were looking for. This is the first method. Our second method is as follows. For math and science, first, let's look at the math part. According to this given ratio, can I perform an operation like this? The math study duration is 3 hours, and the total study duration is the sum of 3 and 4, which is 7 hours. So if Sarah studies a total of 7 hours, she allocates 3 hours to math. The ratio tells us that what is asked of us is this. If she studies not for a total of 7 hours, but for 5 times that, meaning 35 hours, the time she will dedicate to math will be 5 times 3, which is 15 hours. We have found the time she dedicates to math. Now, we can also find the time she dedicates to science using the same method. Let's do that for science as well. She was studying science for 4 hours. In total, she is doing a 7-hour study. What is asked of us is for the total to be 35 hours, which is 5 times 7. Then, we need to take 5 times 4 to reach the result. That makes 20 hours. So, she would spend 20 hours on science. Both solution methods are correct, but the second one is certainly shorter.